It's 6 minutes after 8 o'clock and a good morning. My name is Jim Thorn, and today is Friday. And you know what that means. That means it's time for That's What's Happening's Blues and Arts Hour. It's a program where we feature some of Mississippi's finest singers, songwriters, musicians, and artists. And the program is made possible every week by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue. Well, it's refreshing whenever we hear about a person, young person, who's making a mark for themselves with their own brand of music. And Kyle Graves is such a talent. He's only 21 years old, but his ability playing guitar and the deep feeling that he injects within his lyrics leads one to think he's a little bit older than that. In fact, a good bit older. One of his songs, in fact, was released a couple years ago, won the 2021 Josie Music Award for Rock Song of the Year. And his group, 408 Stop, received a nomination for Rock Group of the Year. You're going to enjoy meeting this young man and being introduced to his music. It's a pleasure to welcome to the Blues and Arts Hour, Kyle Graves. Good morning, Kyle.
Hey, Jim. How's it going?
I'm good, man. It's early, I know, and I asked you about your coffee. Has that coffee gotten brewed yet?
I'm about to start pouring it, man.
All right. Now, listen, did I get you right? Are you 21? Are you 21 years old?
I am, yes.
I'll tell you what, you've got a really mature sound, and we're going to enjoy some of the music that you've produced recently. Where's home for you, Kyle?
So right now I live in Hattiesburg, but I grew up in Lawrence County, Mississippi.
Yeah. And you're a student there at USM, I understand.
I am, yeah.
And you're about to finish up your college career, and so that's just a few weeks away, isn't it?
That's right, yeah.
Your plan?
Kind of winding down.
Yeah. What are your plans after that? Do you know yet?
I'm hoping to get accepted into graduate school.
Okay.
And, you know, I've kind of been rolling with this crazy schedule with school and music, and somehow I've managed to juggle it. So I'll probably just continue doing that, school and music.
Well, I was looking at your website, which is kylegraves.com, and you are pretty busy. You and your band, y'all got some engagements coming up within the next few days and few weeks, don't you?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, a lot of cool things are kind of coming up for the band. We actually had this performance at Hard Rock Cafe, New Orleans, that if all goes right, I think we should be part of the Play for Change initiative, and I think that'll be just a really cool thing that the band can be a part of.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've got some events coming up here in the metro area, and I would encourage our listeners to check out that schedule at kylegraves.com. New project out. We're going to talk about that, but I want to start off the program with a cut from that. It's called Morning Song. Would that be all right?
Go for it.
All right. This is a morning song from the brand new release called the album is called Autumn. Is that right, Kyle?
It's called the Autumn Sessions.
The Autumn Sessions. All right. Well, let's enjoy this one. Morning Song. This is Kyle Graves on the Blues and Arts Hour.
The sun starts to burn, let's move on our way. Take me and clear my head, wanna fall out of bed, come on, take me to a new place. Sunrise doubles in your eyes, spare no time and send your love to me. Hey darling, show me all the love you got, will you wanna give a lot, come on, show me what to see. smile, can there be another? Come on, show me some mercy. Take me, we can dance in the streets, forget reserved seats, let's write a new story. Tell me your heart's desire, and let's go a little higher. Sit closer to my fire. Let's get a little
It's called Morning Song from the brand new album called The Autumn Sessions by Kyle Graves. And Kyle, that's pretty awesome, brother. And that album was just released, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It was March 8th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and it's already doing well, I understand, making a charting on the on iTunes chart, right?
Yes. It ranked at number 26.
That's awesome. How can people access it, Kyle? What's the best way to do that?
So, I didn't do any physical copies just because everybody's kind of moved to the streaming thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, anywhere. I actually have some links on my website that you can actually just hit it and it'll take you right to it.
All right, that's kylegraves.com. And you can find out the information about Kyle, biography, some photos, his itinerary, and the rest right there at that site. Kyle, we're going to take a break and come back and enjoy some more music from this just released album and find out a little bit more about Kyle Graves. All right?
All right, man.
All right, it's 14 minutes after 8. I'm Jim Thorn. You're listening to the Blues and Arts Hour, made possible every week by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue. All right, we're back. It's 19 minutes after 8. Jim Thorn here on the Blues and Arts Hour, made possible every week by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue. Our very special guest is Kyle Graves. He's a young man from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. He's got a brand new album out called The Autumn Sessions. And, Kyle, this is an acoustic version or acoustic album. You've also got a band, too, don't you?
I do, Jim, yeah. Called Four-Way Stop.
Yeah, and you guys got a great sound, too. I would encourage our listeners to check out some of your YouTube videos there. Now, you're going to be in this area with your band, or are you going to do acoustic performances?
So I'll be... Could you repeat that, Jim?
No, that's fine.
I missed that.
Are you going to be in the area here with your band or solo?
I will actually be... with the band this weekend, actually for pretty much the majority of my gigs coming up. But yeah, my band travels a lot of places in Mississippi, and I've kind of been sticking with the full band sound for a while. It brings a lot of energy to me and the crowd. Yeah,
and it's got a great sound. It's a rock sound. And this new album that you have is an acoustic album. What led to that? What brought you to that point, Kyle?
So, whenever COVID was at its peak, we had several shows lined up, and all of them got shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever things were kind of slowly opening back up, a lot of places didn't really feel like they could have live bands just yet.
Yeah.
And so I just decided, I really need to start getting back into it any way I can. And so I just started doing a ton of acoustic gigs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's not my favorite to do an acoustic gig. I love an acoustic, but it's just not my favorite gig. And So I did it, and I did it, and I did it, and I did it, and I feel like I had done 100 gigs just acoustic.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I had a few originals that I felt like would be kind of interesting on an acoustic because I wanted to document that part of my life.
Okay.
And I think that album is a reflection of that point in my life where it was a lot of acoustic and it was a lot of kind of raw emotion going on. And I ended up just really falling in love with this album. Even though I didn't love the acoustic gigs, I loved the acoustic sound.
Yeah. Well, this song we're about to play is called Autumn, and it is from the Autumn Sessions. Is there a story behind this particular song, Kyle?
Yes. So all of this whole album is kind of like my gift to my fiance.
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Autumn. So I wrote this for her and I actually told her that I loved her for the first time with this song. And so I really view this as just kind of that raw emotion that I had with Autumn when I started cultivating that relationship with her.
All right. Well, very good. Well, let's enjoy this one. This is, again, the song is called Autumn, and this is Kyle Graves on the Blues and Arts Hour.
You're the ocean for my river, your rose in the morning dew. I let my rose petals wither, just as long as I can wither away with you. Though you make my heart flutter, I love you steady and slow. Time away from you makes me shudder, but you'll come back to me, this I know. 'Cause when I may want my heart, spring's life is a distant friend. Summer is a lengthy yard, but I will fall for autumn time and time again. 'Cause when I may want my heart, spring's life is a distant friend. Summer is a lengthy yard, but I will fall for autumn time and time again.
Name of the song is Autumn. That's from the Autumn Sessions. Kyle Graves, the singer, songwriter, and guitarist there. Kyle, there's no need to ask you what her reaction was when you played that for her. Do y'all have a date set for your?
Yeah, we do actually. May 22nd. It is coming up.
Wow. Yeah, you're going to be a busy guy. You're graduating from college. You've got some gigs going on, and you're going to be married.
That's right, man. Wow. I actually took most of the month of May off for that reason, just because I wanted to make sure that I could juggle the wedding with most ease rather than try to juggle it with gigs too. Yeah. I wanted to kind of give Autumn my undivided attention during that month. So,
well, that's good. Well, I know all of our listening audience is invited, right?
Everybody's coming. We'll all have a big party. Come on.
Well, listen. No, I guess how is she supportive of your music? I guess she would have to be that support for you, isn't she? She
is. Yeah. I mean, she comes to so many gigs. She sacrifices a lot of time to come to so many gigs. I mean, she designed the album art for that, and she also designed the album art for Four Way Stop's EP too.
Yeah.
So she really pours herself into it.
Tell us again about the album. Where was that recorded? How was it done? And again, how can people access it, Kyle?
So the Autumn Sessions was recorded at my friend's home studio, and he runs Random Mind Records, and we just kind of came in and set up a few microphones in his home studio and just kind of went for it. Yeah. And you can find it on all platforms right now: Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and if you don't have any of that, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, terrific. Now you've got some previous work out there too, don't you? You and your band?
Yes, it's called the Landmark Live Sessions. I guess I kind of have a theme with the sessions thing.
Yeah, well, that's fine. It works. Yeah. Speaking of your band, you want to give a shout out to them?
Absolutely. Yep. Everybody, feel free to check out Four Way Stop. I guess, kind of how we like to call ourselves. They're like a classically soaked band. We have that classic sound, but we kind of have a new take to it, and you can find our music on all the same platforms. We got a few originals that we're wanting to release as singles coming up soon.
Well, I was very impressed with the musicianship of your band. Who are they? What are their names?
So we got the other singer. He sings all the really powerful stuff, and he does rhythm guitar. That's Ryan Purser.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bass player and the guy that also played keys, Joe Cranfield. He's from Vicksburg. And Wyatt Brady, the drummer, he's from Brookhaven. And I didn't say where Ryan's from. He lives in Crystal Springs right now.
Very good. All right. Okay, our very special guest on the Blues and Arts Hour, Kyle Graves. You can find out more about him and his itinerary, photos, and that sort of thing at kylegraves.com. We're going to come back and enjoy some more conversation and music from his just-released album called The Autumn Sessions. And this is the Blues and Arts Hour on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Jim Thorn. The show is made possible every week by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue. CBS News Update is next. It's 24 minutes until 9. Welcome back. I'm Jim Thorn. You're listening to the Blues and Arts Hour, made possible every week by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue. Our very special guest this morning is Kyle Graves, a young 21-year-old musician, singer, songwriter from Hattiesburg, actually a student at University of Southern Mississippi, about to graduate and get married. He's got a lot on his plate. Kyle, I was reading your bio on your website, kylegraves.com, and you started playing guitar at a very young age. How did that come about?
So I was 13 years old, and for Christmas, my brother had actually gotten me this little Squire Stratocaster knockoff. Or it was a Fender Stratocaster knockoff, and it was the Squire. And I just kind of went with it and I really put my head down with it, just fell in love with the guitar.
Mm-hmm. And you're self-taught, right? You learned everything yourself.
Yeah. I guess I went to the Academy of YouTube.
And who are some of the musicians or groups that influenced you back in those early years?
So before I started learning guitar, I really loved Guns N' Roses. And then I just fell in love with Led Zeppelin. That was kind of the main band that I listened to for just so long. Mm-hmm. I just fell in love with the sound. I fell in love with the diversity in their music. And, along with them, I love the Eagles, the Doors. But as of the past few years, I've really kind of went down some different musical avenues, I guess. But those early years, definitely just straight up classic rock.
And you know what I find interesting, Kyle, and I've talked to several other young musical artists, and they are gravitating to that older classic rock style music. And what's the draw for you? I mean, it's not the techno type stuff, but what's the draw for you there?
Man, I really think that people are just, for me at least, I can just sense, I hear that it's organic, Mm-hmm. I hear that it's not put on. And look, there are some phenomenal artists out there in the modern day, but I just think that they were doing it right, mm-hmm. Especially in the 60s and 70s for me. And it was just really raw and really genuine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what others are saying as well for that era. Now, you're a songwriter. How did that all start, Kyle?
Oh, man, it was like pulling teeth.
Really?
I always wanted to be a songwriter, but I'm the type of guy that if I do something and it's not perfect, I just assume that it's garbage. Mm. And, when that's the case, it's hard to ever put a lyric on a paper, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. or write a chord progression. So one day I just woke up and I said, you know what? I'm just going to write something down and I'm going to tweak it. And if I'm going to tweak it and make it as best as I can, and if it's good, cool. And, just from the process of doing that a few times, I'd kind of figured out the sound and the lyrics that I like. But, oh, man, I just remember how stressful that was starting out for me.
Mm. And you performed them live for your friends or family and got some feedback, I would assume.
I did, yeah. I have a few trusted ears, and mm-hmm. They were kind of the first people that I would ask. The guy that I was telling you about, Cole Powell, he's the guy that recorded the Autumn sessions, and I would send a lot of things to him. I would send a lot of things to my friends, just very, very close circle of people. And then once I felt like, all right, there are enough green lights here, then I'd kind of present it to the band like, hey, I think this might have a little potential. Let's try this.
Yeah, very good. Well, we're talking about the songwriting, but you're a very, very good instrumentalist on guitar. I want to play a little track now called Winter's Breath. This is from the brand new album, the Autumn Sessions. Again, this is Kyle Graves on the Blues and Arts Hour. Graves with Winter's Breath on the brand new album, The Autumn Sessions. Kyle, I can understand why that album of yours is charting on iTunes right now. Very good.
Thank you, man.
Well, let's do this. Let's take a break and come back for our final segment. We've got a couple more songs that we want to play from Kyle Graves. Again, his website is kylegraves.com. I'm Jim Thorn. You're listening to the Blues and Arts Hour, 103.9 WYAB. I want to thank our sponsor for the program, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue. Y'all don't go away. Welcome back. It's 13 till 9. Jim Thorn here on the Blues and Arts Hour, 103.9 WYAB. Our featured artist this morning, Kyle Graves from Hattiesburg. KyleGraves.com is the website. Kyle, I can't let you go before we mention that you're doing some acting, too. You've got a movie coming up. Is that right?
Yeah. We actually shot that back in 2019, and it's this. I can't give away too much information, but essentially, it's just about kind of the life of a musician, and I'm actually just kind of I'm one of the band guys, and it was just a really interesting experience. It's an indie film, so. I think I knocked out all my scenes in like 1 or 2 days, and man, it was just like 1 12-hour day, and then
wow,
it was such a cool experience getting to see kind of how everything goes into filming a movie. It was just really, really cool, and it was kind of eye-opening, honestly.
What was the name of the movie?
The Band Forgettable. The
Band Forgettable. All right, well, we'll look for that when it comes out. And do you see yourself acting in the future?
I think that I would definitely be open to it. I would not be opposed to it. I do not have acting chops, Jim. I think that I don't know. I think if I kind of put my nose to the grindstone, I could kind of figure out my own little way, but I would not be opposed to it.
All right. Again, you've got some performances coming up around here in the Jackson metro area that folks can check out at kylegraves.com, but you're also doing a pretty big deal down in New Orleans. Talk about that again, Kyle.
Yeah, so Four Way Stop is going to be playing at the Hard Rock Cafe in New Orleans. It'll be on June 28th. And we'll be a part of the Play for Change initiative, and that's just going to be really exciting. And basically, if I'm not mistaken, this segment will be for street musicians.
Okay.
Kind of raising money and awareness for street musicians, and just really excited about that because the Hard Rock is such an amazing organization filled with really, really great people, and it's just kind of cool to be surrounded by all that memorabilia. It's just an interesting thing, and we're just really excited about that.
I can imagine. Well, let's play another song from your just released album, The Autumn Sessions. This is called Matter of Time. Any background on this, Kyle?
So I kind of just wrote that. You know, I feel like, I don't know if every person in a relationship can attest to this, but, you know, sometimes your significant other might be feeling down a few times and maybe a little insecure sometimes. And I wrote this because there'd be a few times that Autumn would, it would just be like a normal thing. Like, I don't know how I feel about this, how I look like this, or how, and I was like, I just wanted to know, it's like, you are literally just golden in my eyes. And I wanted to write that down and put it into a song, and so she can hear that forever, that she just looks golden in my eyes.
All right. Well, let's enjoy this one. This is A Matter of Time. Again, this is Kyle Graves on the Blues and Arts Hour.
something divine. Her love showing, overflowing. I know it must be mine. She said, honey, am I lovely? Why think of me? What's in your eyes? I've been waiting, anticipating, our hearts in rhythm and rhyme. I know I can't say words, all of what I see in her, it's just a matter of time. Her heart's my home, her love's my song. Sing to her, my heart, my lovely. Day with my love's a gift from above. 2 times a day is too little for me. I know I can't say words, all of what I see in her, it's just a matter of time. I know I can't say words, all of what I see in her, it's just a matter of time.
Matter of Time, that's Kyle Graves from his just released album, The Autumn Sessions, and very well done, Kyle. Good job.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that.
You, I was looking at your bio, and you have a. Well, first of all, where can people access your music? I know there might be some listeners who'd like to get in on that. How can they get your music?
So if you do the streaming. If you do streaming, you can find it on all platforms right now. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, etc. But if you don't do streaming, you can check it out on YouTube. There's a few audios on there. Mm-hmm. It has a whole album.
All right. Well, very good. Kyle, I know I saw a little video there of you receiving an award, the Josie Music Award for Rock Song of the Year 2021. Very humble. Your little speech was humble. You want to, talk about that for a moment?
Yeah. So that was just a really surreal moment. I think that, I don't know, that was definitely one of the highlights of my life. And I was just really, really humbled. And, the guys and we all just kind of, Ryan and I kind of wrote some lyrics together, and then the rest of the band guys, we all just kind of made it all. I don't know. It was just an amazing experience getting it all put together, and then we just assumed that it'd be all right. Yes, hopefully some people will listen to it, mm-hmm. And then Cole actually, from Random Mind Records, actually submitted it to the JMA award, and. We got a nomination, and I was like, okay, that's cool. I don't know if we'll win anything, but it would be really cool to go up there. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, it happened, and heard Wicked Woman playing over the big speakers, and it was just, I think my fiance Autumn was she was just slapping me, go, get up there, go. And I was like, I couldn't even process it in the moment.
Well, you've got some great music out there, Kyle, and you've got a lot going on in the coming months and years. You've got a good future ahead of you. After the wedding and things kind of settle down, what's in store for Kyle Graves?
Jim, hopefully I just am able to continue to release music, and I'd love to keep gigging. I'd love to keep playing live. And, even if nobody ever listens to the song again, I think that I'm happy with what I've been able to do over the past couple of years. And hopefully people just see me at a venue near them.
Well, check it out, kylegraves.com. That's the website. Find the information about Kyle there, his itinerary. Kyle, it's been good having you on, brother, and we wish you all the very best, especially with the graduation and the upcoming marriage, and looks like you've got a very bright future.
Thanks so much, Jim. I appreciate that.
Thanks again, and we'll have you back, okay?
All right, sounds good.
Kyle Graves on the Blues and Arts Hour. I'm Jim Thorn. The show made possible every week by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue. Until next week, God bless.